Okay, g'day, ladies and gents. Welcome to Playback the Podcast, episode 2. I'm joined by Stuart and Kitsune, and we're going to start things off with what has happened as of recently. Marvel has announced many movies and TV shows as a part of Phase 4. Stuart, do you want to give us a little bit of context on that?
Well, so Phase 4 is coming to an end, as a lot of things. So can't remember what the film will be the last, but Phase 5 has Quantumania as a start, and you got Secret Invasions, Disney Plus TV series.
Was it Phase 5? Oh, my apologies. Phase 5.
Hey, it's okay. A lot of mistakes happen. So Phase 5 will have that. A Daredevil show, starring Charlie Cox, who is reprising his role from the Netflix show. And
Good to hear.
it is going to be an 18-episode series.
Mm-hmm.
You got Blade, what's coming out in Phase 5 in November of next year.
Righto.
I believe, going back to Phase 4, Wakanda Forever will be the last movie in Phase 4.
Wakanda Forever.
Unless,
okay.
Yeah. So, many things. So,
yeah,
there's so much to go through.
Sounds good. Well, that's why we're here, to go through everything. So, Quantumania is obviously an Ant-Man and Wasp film. I don't know about you two, but I did enjoy the first Ant-Man. I thought that was good. Arguably, the second one wasn't as good, but I still enjoyed it, especially the end credit scene. I thought it was very good at hinting as to the events of Infinity War, or Endgame, I should say.
Yeah.
What did you two think of the first two Ant-Man films?
Well, I thought it was great. Like the first one, I loved it. Heist vibes. Second one, same thing, but adding the Wasp was pretty good.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty good. Now, some complaints I heard about Marvel at Comic-Con. This was discussed among a few of our friends. Me and Stuart would know. At how unbelievably early some of these titles were announced. Stuart, I'm not too sure on the dates, but can you remember? There was one that was coming out in 2024, I believe.
Oh God, I believe it's the Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four movie.
Unless it's Fantastic Four or something.
Yeah, see, I'm pretty sure that got announced quite a while ago, or it was teased quite a while ago.
It did get announced. It did get announced, but they never actually had a due date or anything, because during the filming this year, or maybe the script writing, the director of Spider-Man, the home trilogy, all the has stopped doing that because he didn't want to do another superhero film, so he decided to do Star Wars.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting take. What else? Oh yeah, back onto Fantastic Four and long release dates. I don't know. When it comes to Marvel, these days at least, I'm not too bothered by the fact that they teased Fantastic Four so early. I'm fine with the 2-year wait, honestly, after the last Fantastic Four movie. I thought, yeah,
2014.
Yeah, no, it'll be 10 years. It'll be 10 years. Hopefully, the 10 years will be worth the wait.
It will.
It will be.
Damn, it will be.
That's crazy.
Oh God, I'm old.
You're old. Yeah. Actually, context, viewers. Context. Both of these people are older than me, so I'm actually the young one here.
Oh God, it came out in 2014, man. Is it? I'm gonna check real quick. Hey.
It felt very much like a 2014 film, full of questionable plot points.
Oh, okay. Okay, it was 2015, but still, that was very
that would have been
long
perfect.
ago.
2014 would have been perfect, but 2015, just as long. 9 years.
Oh,
So,
that's still very long ago.
very
oh
long.
my god.
Mm.
Oh.
It's crazy to think that Endgame came out 3 years ago.
Oh, facts.
Man, time just flies, honestly.
No, that does remind me. They did announce like two Avengers films that's coming out in the same year, actually.
Yeah, this will be interesting considering how successful Avengers Endgame was. Will they be able to live up with the expectations of fans? The answer is no.
Well,
they won't.
Actually, no. I personally think so. Actually, especially
Oh, really?
for the
What makes you
second
say?
one.
What makes you say that? I'm interested to hear.
So, the Avengers something Kang
The Kang Dynasty.
the Kang something. There you go, Kang Dynasty. It's evolving about Kang the Conqueror, the time traveling god, who's also the son of Reed Richards. Little
Right.
fun fact if you guys didn't know. Um, he conquers stuff, as the name, Kang the Conqueror. But the other thing, Marvel's Secret Wars, that's pretty interesting because how that happens in the comics is two worlds, they have an incursion. So one has to, both worlds have to fight each other to make sure their world lives or not, okay?
Right.
So it's basically, would you rather let both worlds implode or just blow up on each other and just ruin both worlds and they just don't exist anymore? Or one survives and they're the surviving one? That one will be pretty
interesting. That's
pretty
an
epic.
interesting plot point. Oh, an interesting plot,
It'll
rather.
And also, little fun fact, that's also where Spider-Man actually got to wear the black suit for the very first time.
Oh yeah. That's
comics.
another thing I want to talk about. Spider-Man. I'm interested to see how they're going to implement Venom into the MCU Spider-Verse.
Honestly, I'm very interested if Sony allows that to happen.
Well, they sort of did. At the end of
Yeah.
Spoilers, by the way, viewers. If you have not seen No Way Home, do not keep watching. At the end of No Way Home, there's an end credit scene, isn't there? When part of the Venom symbiote is left behind.
Yes, where Eddie and Venom are getting teleported back.
Indeed.
Venom just left out a tiny bit of himself, so it's in that universe.
Righto. So
it's more likely going to probably. Yeah, it's interesting, and it's more likely going to probably cause an incursion, as Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Spoilers again, where he meets up with this lady, or this lady actually meets up with him, and it's like, hey, Strange, you need to fix your problems, what you've done about the incursion.
Oh, yeah, I remember that scene.
So, they're both working together to probably fix that, but that's probably the case of how Venom is probably causing that problem. That is a probability, since if it is really down to Sony if they still want to keep going with it.
Indeed.
Currently, Tom Hardy and that are currently in the works of making Venom 3, what has a title with Last in it, so supposedly people are thinking it's the last film.
The last. That'd be a shame. I enjoy
it would
Sony's
be a shame.
Venom. All right. Does anyone else have any concluding thoughts on Marvel's new phase?
There's only one thought I have, and I'm pretty excited personally, since I love zombies. Okay, I'm a person, a big fan about zombies. I just not like Disney zombies. That just sounds dumb, personally.
Also, beside his name, a zombie.
Marvel Zombies is going to be officially the first thing for Marvel stuff, and also being under the
Well, the
lovely
MCU
thing called
at least.
Disney. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And also under the whole Disney family, we'll actually have a mature rating, so there will be actually gore involved in this animated series.
I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see how it turns out, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm excited to see like Shang-Chi with his 10 rings on him, and Kate Bishop, Elena, Red Guardian. I am not personally, I'm just saying, I did not like how Miss Marvel got her powers. But also, I do like how they're making her maybe a mutant, you know?
Yeah. Well, Miss Marvel can be talked about at another time. But
Facts.
do you guys have any more concluding thoughts before I wrap up the Marvel topic?
No, not really, but I'm very excited for Wakanda Forever. And I'll say that.
Alrighty. My concluding thoughts on Marvel Phase 5, not 4, 5. After what happened in the last phase, I don't know how it's going to turn out in this phase. Because in the last phase, I enjoyed some of the shows, such as Moon Knight, and I know a lot of people liked Loki and WandaVision.
WandaVision was
The
alright.
Falcon and the Winter
At least-
Soldier is very split. Personally, I wasn't a fan of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, even though I love both the characters a lot, like Bucky Barnes and Sam Wilson. I think they're really interesting characters, but I just don't like how they wrote the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I feel like it could have been much better, and I was a little bit dissatisfied. But I'm still happy that Sam Wilson is Captain America. I think that was a great idea. It just goes along with the comics, obviously.
yes,
I'm
very
assuming.
excited. I'm very excited when when Captain America 4, Captain America New World Order comes out, you know, in Phase 5.
Oh, indeed, yes. That'll be Sam Wilson's first first film by himself as Captain America. So it'll be interesting to see. But other than that, other than my complaints about what the last phase was, also Eternals not amazing. I thought Shang-Chi was far superior to the Eternals. There were some people who were telling me that Eternals was better than Shang-Chi, and I'm like, no, fam, you got it all wrong. I'm sorry. I genuinely think that Eternals is. It was an okay film. Like, it wasn't terrible.
It was not a great film,
but it wasn't horrible. But it was watchable.
That's true.
But it just didn't feel Marvel enough, if I can say it like that. But anyway, those are my.
I'll say particularly for one scene.
Spoilers, chat. Spoilers. Anyway,
Hey, you want me to say it?
That depends. Is it family friendly?
It involves a beach. I'm just gonna go with that.
We'll move on. All right, so that wraps up the Marvel topic. As I said, it'll be interesting to see what they can do with Phase 5, due to how in the middle Phase 4 was. But we can talk about that when Phase 5 is complete. Okay, moving on.
Yeah.
The next topic is, if I can bring up the topics, TV series that people have been watching recently. Stuart, you can start off. I know you've been watching a very highly anticipated show that a lot of people have been loving.
Oh, The Boys TV show. It's Amazon exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, it is a very, very messed up.
I hear it's very full on. It is very much what Marvel isn't.
Yes, but I do like how it does do something what Marvel hasn't done itself yet. The only thing I'd say is notable is Deadpool has done it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I have a big fear about the Flash if he was ever real. Especially in episode 1 of season 1 of The Boys.
Indeed.
Spoilers, I would say. But this character named A-Train, who is fast. You don't get to find out his name until later on in the series, or actually later in that episode. Sorry. So you're following this guy named Huey Campbell, who is also with Robin. I don't know her last name.
Right.
Mainly because you don't get to know that character very well. She steps 1 foot off the curb, and then A-Train just runs right through her.
Sounds like The Boys.
She is just... yeah, she is just like just blood and some bones left, and that's it.
Yo, indeed.
Huey, and the only thing what I would say is the surviving factor of Robin is her hands. That is all that is left of the flesh and stuff. It is her hands.
What an amazing show.
What an amazing start of the show is one way to put it. I can't remember the actor's name himself, but the person who plays Billy Butcher, my god, my favorite. Holy shit.
I hear he did a fantastic job as a character.
Yes, and honestly, can't wait to eventually actually touch on season 3.
His name's Carl
I only
Urban,
finished
by
season
the way.
2.
Kiwi actor.
Great actor. Saw him in Star Trek.
Oh yeah, that's
Star
right.
Trek 09.
Hmm.
But I really liked his work in Thor Ragnarok.
Oh yeah, he was that one random. I can't remember his name, but he was there.
Me
He was
neither.
there.
But he had
had guns.
Beat and Destroy.
Yep.
Put them together, destroy. Oh my god.
Okay, so from what I hear
love
from
the characters there.
what I hear from other watchers of The Boys, like my dad, he was going on about how, well, he's watched a lot of like comic book movies over his life. Obviously,
Yes.
there have been so many, some better than others, but most of the time it's the heroes that are always, except for maybe like DC, but the heroes are usually like, they have powers and they use it for good all the time. But my dad said this was a big, big deep breath, because it just shows you how scary society could be if these superhumans actually existed and used their powers for like the worst possible things ever. Like, it's scary when you think about it, isn't it?
Yes. Homelander. My god. Huge dick. I'll just put
The face of America, my friends.
Literally, one of the episodes, I believe in season 2, he's talking to this guy, and he's like, "Oh, if you go to like some guy, like some junkie, and talk about the greatest American man, they'll just say Homelander."
That
'Cause he's
could
the
not be any
perfect-
more incorrect.
Oh, especially after a plane accident, we'll put it, where he did not want to save a single person and let a plane crash.
Unbelievable.
Well, he's also a very loving father.
Is that sarcastic, or are you saying that seriously?
I'm saying that as sarcastically.
Oh, okay.
That's
So
possible.
he's a terrible person. Yeah, he's killed several people. He's a child beater. Go
he
watch The
doesn't beat
Boys,
the
guys.
child,
Go
it's
watch The
just-
Boys.
he's
It's
not
a great show full of great and graphic
Scenes.
things. Okay. Stuart, do you have any concluding notes on The Boys? Like, do you look forward to season 4 if it does come out?
Honestly, I'm excited since they are working on it now. I'm just Yeah, after hearing some things what happens in season 3, I'm very scared about Billy Butcher. Actually, I heard apparently he's maybe gonna die.
Oh no. Oh no, that would suck. I actually quite like that actor and his character.
Same here, and
So,
I don't want him to leave. You know, the show. It's a really good show. It wouldn't be the show without him.
that's fair. That's a fair assessment. Amazon, if you're listening to this, don't kill Billy Butcher. Don't do it, please. Thank you.
better not.
Okie dokie. Moving on. My TV show. My TV show. We all know the incredible and the very talented Seth MacFarlane, my friends, don't we?
Yeah, we do. You know,
Peter
the man who
Griffin,
is
Stewie,
literally like 90% of the cast in
in
Family Guy.
Yeah. Well, MacFarlane created a show called The Orville, which is basically like a comedic twist on Star Trek. Now, if you don't know what Star Trek is, it's Star Wars, but for nerds. And I know Star Wars is already for nerds, but Star Trek is for bigger nerds, okay? That's all I'm going to say. It's
yeah,
hard
that's one way to put it, eh?
So yeah, The Orville is just Star Trek, but a bit of a comedic twist on it. It's very good. It's very, it modernizes Star Trek a bit because the older Star Trek TV shows, like the ones in the 60s and the 80s, they were good. I enjoyed the ones in the 80s, like The Next Generation. I thought that was a really good show. The 60s one felt so... I'm sorry, Trekkie fans, but it just felt so boring and so, like, drawn out to me, the old shows. But maybe that's just because I'm young. I'm pretty sure people of my age back then would have enjoyed the hell out of it.
Yeah.
But so we have Seth MacFarlane starring as the captain. So that's pretty cool. And he's got on his front desk. He's got like a captain's desk. At his front desk, he's got a Kermit. It's amazing. It's great.
Kermit the Frog.
Yeah, he's got a Kermit the Frog.
Damn.
Who else we got? We got Kelly Grayson, who's like the second in command. She's a good character. We also have the security lady, Tala. She's a very strong woman. She's from a planet where the gravity is a lot stronger than Earth's, so she's naturally stronger than everyone on the entire ship, except for the robot, Isaac. That's right. If you like robots, watch The Orville. It has Isaac. Other than that, I don't really think I can like talk about anything much else about The Orville. Like, that's basically what it is without spoiling too much of the series. Unless you guys have any questions about the show, and I'm happy to answer them.
One question I have is, were you able to watch it? I'll put it as first.
Oh yeah, of course. Viewers, if you want to watch the show, it's on Disney Plus. Australian viewers, it's on SBS on demand. If you're an Australian
It's
viewer,
also on Disney.
well, it's on Disney, and the newer episodes, the new season 3, is streaming on HBO Max, or for Australian viewers, Binge. So feel free to watch those shows. Do you guys have any other shows you'd like to talk about before we conclude the topic?
Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel.
Hey,
Okay.
talking about shows.
Oh, okay. We could talk about Miss Marvel. Why not? Okay.
Very, very cringy, I'll put it.
Yeah, I have to
like
agree. I have to agree. I watched the first episode. It was interesting, to say the least.
Especially, the worst thing for me was when they got to the party section and they slipped in a TikTok song, man. They did it.
Yeah, that's the problem with Marvel. They're trying to be a bit too funny, and they're not really focusing on the characters. You know, like I want
unless
to
you're Paul Rudd.
unless you Paul Rudd. Oh yeah, sorry, man.
Yeah,
Of course.
he's funny, man.
Yeah. I just want to learn more about the characters. I want to know, Miss Marvel, not the TikToks, not about her friends. Ms. Marvel. That's what the show is called.
Yeah.
You know.
But the finale of Miss Marvel was all right. Enjoyed it.
I could not get through past the first episode.
It's fair enough. But literally, one thing I would say is they could have finished the series like on episode since it was a 6 episode series on episode 5, since there was no like any driving factor. But since they decided to give I can't remember the character's name powers since his mum died. I should have said spoiler alert before, but them.
I'll just have to put into the description spoilers for literally everything that we talk about.
Yeah. So they had to make it another episode, but at least she got like her suit back, like, or not a suit back, like her own personal suit, so she could be different to Captain Marvel, who she idolizes.
What a great hero to idolize. That was sarcasm, by the way. I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of Captain Marvel. I think Wanda is far superior. When it comes to women superheroes, Scarlet Witch is far better, not Captain Marvel. I'll take that to my grave. Thank you. Good night. Okay, so that concludes the show part of the podcast. Thank you guys for your inputs. Moving on, our next topic is story time, I believe. So that's when we tell a... Wait, just give me a minute. I'm pretty sure it's story time. Yes, it is story time. Okay, so story time, guys. This is the portion of the podcast where you talk about recent events that you think would humorize the audience. You think, will stir up some, oh, that's pretty cool, or something like that. Feel free to go, Stuart. Think of a story. Think of something that's just happened in the past few days, and yeah.
Oh, well, damn, the past few days.
Or it can't. It can also be like from years ago.
Yeah. Well, here's a story from years ago. So I used to live in Clyde North when I was very young.
Context: Clyde North is a suburb. I'm not going to specify where, but Stuart, good job on giving the audience our location. Thank you.
Yeah, no problems. I just needed to, it's for the story. So
don't come for us, audience. Don't come for us. Okay, keep going. Sorry.
So it's where I grew up, and so it was around the time where I haven't actually gone to like kinder or school yet. But I don't know if it was actually a dream or not because I was young. Where so we're in my mum's car, and we're like after picking up my siblings from school. I'm just sitting in the booster seat because I was younger.
Normal days. Yep.
So, and then just the door was flailing open, hitting cars.
Hitting cars. So you're saying that the door was open and it was hitting cars that were passing by.
Yes.
How did you manage that to happen? I don't understand. Was it parked on the side of the road and then someone just left the door open and was just like, I'm going to leave this door open so that other cars can go past and hit it. And the other cars aren't going to attempt to avoid it. You know.
It's an old car, I would say. Can't remember what type of car. I haven't actually seen it in a long time, actually.
Oh my goodness.
But
No,
I do.
I had to stop you there
yeah.
for a minute. You were talking. I wanted a reason, and then you were like, "Oh, it's an old car."
Yeah, I'm sorry I avoided the reason. No, it was like okay, we were still driving, but I keep this in mind. I don't know if it was a dream or not. There was a since I was younger. There's vague details. What's just like a blank.
Well, if you're able to remember parts of it, then it might have not. But then again, I find it very difficult to believe that someone just left the car door open and casually let other cars hit the door as they went
Well,
past.
there was my siblings weren't next to me. It was only okay. I had a sibling next to me, but that was on the left of me, not the right. It was the right. Wait, the right of me, not the left of me.
See,
The
he's
left
struggling
was
to retain the details.
I'm sorry, it was like years ago.
Don't worry. We're all the victim of this. Wait, no, I was about to say dysphoria. No, that is not the correct word. Memory loss. That's the word, guys. Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah. I'm probably just gonna say it probably is a dream because I don't feel like it's likely to. And key point that I somehow remember a car. Since there was only 2 lanes, you got one lane going like down to like the primary school and one lane going away from it.
Mm-hmm.
So so it was easy for the car door to hit the car, like the opposite cars.
Yes.
So yeah.
An interesting dream/story, Stuart.
Yes,
Thank you
I'm
for your
still
input.
uncertain if it was reality or not.
You could have thought of all the things in the world, and that's what came up. You could have talked about the color run, or the or what we did yesterday, but no, we got to talk about that time that I left the door open, cars hit it. Ooh. Is she laughing? Are you laughing?
Well, unless you want me to talk about another story, I can.
Go ahead. This is story time.
Well, yesterday.
Oh, yesterday.
Alrighty.
Yesterday, guys. I was there. I was there.
Context, it was, Saturday, 23rd. I don't know when you're watching this, people, so. Of July.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I forgot. That's why I'm kidding. No, keep going.
We were at my house. So Mr. Fidel arrives first,
Yes, Mr. Fidel. Yes, that's my name.
Yes, I like to do very dramatic stuff. Okay, so we're all hanging out, Aiden and Jordan, other 2 friends who are part of this podcast but couldn't make it today. Came around. Mr. Jordan, since he's 18, old man like me. I shouldn't have been saying that, but hey, he went to get some alcoholic beverages.
What kind are we talking here?
Well, there was a double black Smirnoff.
Yep.
Pineapple flavored cruisers.
Yeah, I recall
Kraken.
that. A wide variety. Keep going.
And he also had an alcohol, and I can't remember the name, and I still have it with me at the moment.
He just left it, did he?
Yeah, he told me to just have
free alcohol. There you go.
Well, it is 80%, so yeah, no, I'm not drinking that anytime soon.
Yeah, no.
So I am a smart person. So I have a pint glass.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Just the way you said that was really funny to me.
Smart person.
You're talking about alcohol and shit, right? And then you're just like, I am a smart person.
yeah. Decided to do a thing. So I had a pint glass, and I filled it with a beer, and that was not bad. It was all right. But then I had the idea to mix whiskey, so Jack
Yeah.
Daniel's whiskey,
Oh yeah. I
with
know what
a
happens
tiny bit of a cruiser and a tiny bit of double black Smirnoff.
Yes, that's right. He
And mind
mixed
you,
3 alcohol drinks together. That's what he did.
and two of them are one of them was mixed and two of them weren't. So, I decided to do that. And mind you, I only had breakfast today because we haven't had lunch yet. And I was not functional by the legs, basically. But
I
I
was
still
not
had
functional by the legs.
What, you want me to say wobbly legs?
I mean, no. Like you can say, oh, my legs weren't working.
Well, they were still functional, as I said, wobbly. But so I was also still I still remember everything. I was very verbally aggressive, I would say. Very very loud
Indeed.
and
I was there.
screaming out words
Screaming out particular words.
like bleep. No, I was not even going to say it.
I thought you were gonna say something else there for a minute. I was like, Stuart, this is a podcast. This is a podcast.
No, I'm smart enough.
No, if Jasper was here, he'd definitely say it. What is the word we're talking about, guys? I'm not gonna tell you. Sorry.
So yeah, I was a bit of a silly Billy, but yeah. After all, Jordan decided to get us some food, and me and Eden had kind of a little bet, I would say, and
A little bit.
yeah, he thought I couldn't finish a medium HSP. So this is from the kebab shop. It's great. It just has chips, lamb, or chicken, whatever you want. Any toppings, you decide. He said I couldn't finish a medium, and he is having a small. Obviously, I finished that medium because
nice. And this is why
I'm a very
men
hungry
die
boy.
sooner than girls.
I'm a very hungry person. But yeah, eventually Tori came around, and yeah, obviously I hope everyone had a fun time. I believe you did as well, Mr. Fidel.
It was fun.
Found it a fun
I
time?
enjoyed myself. I thought it was.
That's
I
good.
thought it was enjoyable.
But yeah,
my favorite part.
That is the story.
My favorite part was the end. No.
Leaving.
No, that's not what I meant. No, the end, because we watched Star Trek, and Latte, who was a dog, by the way, was also there, and I enjoyed petting her.
Ah, yes.
She's very nice, but Stuart and his dad would argue otherwise. Anyway,
she's a bit annoying.
like most dogs.
That is true.
Okay, thank you for that story, Stuart.
Yes.
I'm going to think of a story of my own. Yep, I have something perfect. So, we three know that we live in a pretty shitty
Lovely
suburb.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah, so lovely.
Yeah, no, it's not great. It's full of questionable people. So, anyway. Yes, essays. Anyways, this was when I was still riding my bike to school, so it would have been year 8, year 9, year 10. I just blurted out 3 years. It was in the past, let's say that. Not too long ago.
Crazy.
And I'm on my bicycle, and I'm cycling to school, like I do every day. And I encounter a guy, and he comes around next to me, right? and he's also wearing sorry, he's not wearing a bicycle. He's on the bicycle, right?
Yo.
He's on the bicycle. He's riding it.
Yeah.
Yep, he's riding the bicycle. Be mature. Be mature. So yeah, he pulls up next to me, and we're at a traffic lights, right? And we've stopped because it's red. And he goes up to me and he says, he goes up to me with this, I don't know, I can't even call it an accent because he shares the same accent that I do, right? He's just like, who are you? And I'm like, what? And he says again, who are you? I'm like, who? And he's just saying, who are you? And I'm sort of like standing there, not knowing how to respond to that. And I just say, I'm Fidel. I'm just Fidel, right? And he's like, oh. And then he turns his head away, right? And I'm like, okay, that was already a pretty strange interaction. Not even strange, that's just absurd interaction, really. The light turns green, we move forward. This guy does not maintain a straight line at all. He's wobbling all over the place. So there's something wrong with him, I think. And then he goes up to this car and he starts yelling at the car for stopping for him. For some reason, I don't know. Some people. Anyway. What do you guys have to say to that? Are you just going to leave me like that? I thought that was a great story. I thought that was humorous.
There is a lot of weird people.
In here?
Like,
oh, yeah.
No.
In general, yes.
Yeah?
Yep, we can all agree on that. Stuart, are you dead? I think he's dead. So, podcasters, viewers, we've lost Stuart. Unfortunately. Stuart, you may have to rejoin. I'll quickly send him oh, okay, and he's gone. And I have to request him to come back in. Come back in, Stuart.
Honestly, I don't. But hey, that was very questionable. Like, I was laughing, by the way.
Okay, good.
But,
Because I thought you guys were just, like, sitting by and being like, I'm like, do I need to make it funny
no,
now?
it's like, man,
I'm just telling the truth,
like,
you know?
He starts yelling at a car. Ask you, he
And
doesn't.
that's not even the end of it. After he goes across, he starts yelling at a pole.
What?
No, he
My
literally
man's on
pulls over. He pulls over on his bicycle, if that's a thing. He pulls over, puts the bike onto the pole, and he starts yelling at the pole for some reason. And I choose to, like, take the long way around this guy, because there's something very wrong with this man. And so he yelled at a car to stop it for him, and then he yells at a pole because, for whatever reason, you know. Tell me, guys. Do you guys know any reasons why someone would yell at a pole? Do you ever have that urge to just yell at a pole?
Oh, if I was on something, yeah, I guess so.
Bing bong.
Just...
Wait, no. Cha-ching. Wait, no, that's not right either. Stuart's got the money. He's got it right. I'm pretty sure this guy was under the influence of what? I don't know. Anything.
Probably something very hallucinant.
Well, maybe the pole reminded him of someone.
Okay.
No one in particular, guys. No one in particular. But yeah, that was a funny story of me riding to school, and that isn't the sad part is that that's not the first time that I've encountered people like that on my bicycle. So.
Jeez.
Specifically on your bicycle?
Yes, specifically on my bicycle. Alrighty. So that's my story. Do you guys have any other stories you'd like to share with the audience?
Tori, do you have any? Because you've been awfully quiet all the time.
Yeah, I'm sorry for that. I kind of have one the same as Fidel.
There you go. We live in a great suburb, guys.
You guys know LD, right?
Yes, the
Yeah,
shopping
near the
centre.
shopping center. Yeah. I was walking there from. I don't remember where I was walking from, but I was walking to LD to get picked up, and this guy. I was standing outside of LD, and this guy comes up to me, and he starts talking to me. But like, he wasn't talking normally. He was like screaming, but having a casual conversation. And then
What?
Lovely.
What? What?
yeah, it was very random. He's like, "What are you doing here? How are you?" Stuff like that. And then he like, "All right, bye." Walks into LD.
Wow, went from 0 to
10 minutes
10
later,
real quick.
he walks into LD, comes back out 10 minutes later, and I'm still standing there because I'm still waiting for the car to come to pick me up. And he comes out again, and he starts talking to me again, screaming at me. And he's like, "You're still here?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm still here. Can you leave me alone?" I didn't say that because that's kind of mean.
Fair enough.
Honestly, I would have said
Maybe
that.
you should have.
Just
Like, you should have.
I like how me and Stuart agree. No, this is how horrible people are.
It's very strange talking to someone you don't know.
Mm.
Well, yeah, that's why they're called strangers.
No, you know what I mean? Just someone like that. Any other person's fine.
Someone like that. That person. That guy. Yep.
There's a specific group of people that act the same, and it's those people.
Yeah, I see. I could see what you're trying to talk
I'm
about.
not
Eh?
trying to be mean.
Don't worry, audience.
Trying to
She's
be
not
mean.
trying to suggest anything. I hope. Yes. So, yeah, we live in an amazing suburb. Like, you go outside, you walk outside, it's like tonight, it's such a dark night, and on your right will be nothing, and on your left will be nothing, and in front of you will be a man with a beer bottle, smashing his beer bottle onto the ground. That's our suburb, guys.
Yeah, there's one way to put it, eh?
Yep. It's just, man, I'm leaving this goddamn place when I get older. I don't want to live here anymore. But inflation, guys, so I might have to live here for a bit longer, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, can we talk about the current political and economical state of the world right now? I wasn't being serious, that was a joke. No one likes politics or economics. All I know is that
Me neither.
things are getting more expensive and our lives are going to get more difficult in the future, which sucks.
Especially petrol. We all love that.
Thank you, Russia.
Thank you, you huge piece of work.
Yep. Good job, Stuart. Thank you for making it family friendly.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the end of story time. I think. Wait, no, don't know. Do you guys have anything, any other stories to add, or you're pretty okay?
No.
Interesting.
No.
If you have anything, please keep going. No.
Nah. I do have a story, but I maybe should consider to talk to the person if they want to have that conversation out. So, no, not really.
Oh, so this involves someone else. Can you text me who it is, Stuart, on Discord?
I will. I'll just technically.
And then
we'll
I'll judge whether it can be talked about or not.
Oh no, it's really up to her, to be honest.
Well, yeah, but that's my point. Like,
Yeah.
you can tell me who it is, and if it's someone who's not here and I know wouldn't agree to it, then I'm gonna have to say no.
Yeah, like it's up to her,
Yeah.
obviously.
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I think we should leave that out of it. My apologies. An interesting story, Stuart, but it'll have to wait for another time. Okay, so that wraps up story time. Thank you guys for your inputs. Interesting stories. Just shows how great our suburb is. It's amazing. Come visit it one day. Yep. Her advice is solid. Don't ever waste your money on something else. Okay, so the last topic is... I'm not going to read what Jasper said. That's awful. Okay, so quote of the day. So we have a quote of the day, and let me find it. Give me a minute. If the internet works, that is. Where is it? Australia be like. Internet no work. Even though we created Wi-Fi. Where is it? Did I lose it? I swear to God, if I lost it. Oh my goodness. Come on. Ah, here we go. This is by Kyle Garrett. I don't know who that is, but... The moment you remove your limits, you're free to live as you wish.
Stuart's gone again.
Stuart is gone again. That's a shame. Okay, Stuart. Yeah, I'm letting you in, buddy. Come back in.
Okay.
Welcome back, my
Go
friend.
on, but yeah. Oh my God.
Okay. So the quote of the day: "The moment you remove your limits, you're free to live as you wish." Kyle Garrett, by Kyle Garrett. Very inspirational quote right there. Let's analyze it and have a look at what we think it means. So the moment you remove your limits, you're free to live as you wish. Okay, so your limits being most likely your setbacks, your self-esteem, your the stress, your nervousness about certain things, right? So what this quote is saying, that if you can take that all away, if you really work hard to take that all away, then you can achieve a lot more than you think you can. Most of the time, people can't achieve what they want to achieve because they are holding themselves back, mentally, and it's pretty sad. It's pretty common. I have done this many times. I've been like, I don't really want to do this because my mind is just telling me no. You're an idiot. Like, what are you thinking? You can't do that. But people shouldn't think that way. People should assess the situation, and when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. That was a cringy simile. But
I'll
anyway.
rather be the man who burns your house down with lemons.
With the lemons? Is
Yes.
that a Portal 2 reference?
Perhaps.
Stuart, we're talking about limits and free to live. Okay.
But yeah, so yeah, just how I get it is just don't let other people, just don't let your stress or things get to you, and just let loose a bit.
Exactly.
Yes,
That's some good advice, Stuart. Anyone else have anything to add to the quote? Nope. All right.
No,
Well,
I guess not.
my concluding thoughts on the quote are, pretty much what Stuart said. Guys, don't let yourselves get caught down in the deep. Believe in yourself. You can achieve a lot more than you think you can. I've seen it. We've all seen it. Like, look at the most successful people in the world right now. Some of them came from absolute poverty, and look at where they are in the world now. So, if you can believe it, you can achieve it. As cringy as that sounds, but if you can remove all those setbacks and that stress and nervousness to do certain things, you can do it. So that concludes Playback the Podcast episode 2. I'd like to thank both of you so much for joining me. Do you guys have any concluding thoughts before we wrap it up?
I'll let Tori go first.
I hope Wanda didn't die. That's all.
Wanda, like Wanda Maximoff?
That's all. For the Marvel thing, that's all.
Next time, now this is just a personal issue. My Discord to not be silly, and somehow when I click off the thing, disable my mic. I'd like that to never happen again.
Indeed. Okay. Well, that's pretty much it, audience. Thank you for tuning in. I don't think we had anyone tune in to the live thing, but I'll put it up on YouTube anyway. We're a small community. We haven't really built up too much yet. But thank you for watching. This is an hour-long video, so if you made it this far, thank you so much. It means a lot to us. But that concludes the Playback the Podcast episode 2. We'll see you guys around. Program terminated.